if something like that out there exists, there's something from another planet or another universe or whatever, and if they were to say, oh yes, this is what we think it is, would we have riots in the streets? People
Absolutely not. And that's
what do you think would happen?
I think it's the arrogance of the arrogance of our government.
Why don't you think that would happen? That people would literally...
Why would it? Why would it? Over 55, more people believe in UFOs than believe in Congress. I mean, look at the polling that's out now. 55, 58, depends on who you talk to. They believe there's something else out there. And these are legitimate polls. I've stopped every weekend. I'm back in Knoxville. Man, I'm talking about educated people, professional people. I'm on airplanes. I'm traveling all over the country. People will stop me and tell me about an experience. Decorated veterans. These people, why would they risk their reputations and careers over something that they're lying about? It's too big right now, and I don't believe they can keep their thumb in the dam too much longer, because people are coming forward at too rapid of a rate. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Tim. Is this issue important because, I mean, Congresswoman Lewis said national security, is this because like these UFOs or UAPs could be coming from China or another adversary? And second, you mentioned an amendment that didn't make it into the FAA reauthorization. So you said the Intel community blocked it. Did they go to, like, what was behind that? Did they go to the Rules Committee and say, no, do not put this amendment in the FAA reauthorization?
Right. I'll answer the last one first. It's a good question. We're not really sure. I was told the intelligence community blocked it, and then I was told that the intelligence committee blocked it. And it depends on who you talk to. I think that's your all's jobs as reporters to find out what the hell's going on with this stuff, because y'all need to start asking tough questions, and you need to start looking at people's financial disclosures as well, because the groups that probably have control of this obviously are well heeled in this. And your first question was if China or Russia. If Russia owned it, they wouldn't be battling in Ukraine. It'd be over. Putin's ego, it wouldn't have happened. China, they would control us. Even they pretty much do now, but even more so. So that goes back to my original premise. It's either something that's extraterrestrial or something that we have in our skunk works that we are reverse engineering. Because with this technology, when you see the Tic Tac videos and listen to the pilots, it defies all of our laws of physics. The human body would not be able to withstand the pressure from this thing. It's beyond belief, and some other stuff. And that's why I wish they would release everything that I've seen, because the American public would say, why are you covering this up? I guess you could say, why are they still covering up Kennedy, the Kennedy assassination? There's nothing there. I mean, it's been over 50 years. Everybody's dead. This is about power. It's about control. It's about money. It's about greed and corruption. And that's what runs this country right now. And that's a disgrace.
You've talked about the bipartisan support for this. How fast can you get something moved along here in Congress and then ultimately have that declassification process and reform happen?
It's like a glacier. I mean, we get fight every step of the way. But I think the American public, and here's what's going to happen. A few of the big shots in Congress are going to get a call from some of their donors saying, hey, let's get to the bottom of this. And they're going to start getting interested. I've had so many congressmen put a bug in my ear saying, man, I've had, some of them have told me they've had sightings and they're afraid to say anything and they're glad we're doing it. So I think we're knocking the varnish off of it a little bit with this. Do I think, we're not going to bring you in a saucer or a little green man. That's not what it's going to be about. And I know y'all, every time you play this interview with one of us, you play the theme from X-Files. I get it. But the reality is the American public deserves to know. And you better be careful about a government that doesn't trust its people, because there's no telling what they'll pull on you.
Ultimately, as elected members and being assigned to House oversight and accountability, we can conduct field hearings. And if we continue to get stonewalled, if we smell that they're giving us a bunch of BS, we are going to do the field hearings directly at those locations. And we're going to open it up to the press, because full transparency really is what we need in this situation. And ultimately, to piggyback off of what all my colleagues have said, the military, the Pentagon, the intelligence agency, they answer to the people and thus Congress. And so we are going to hold them accountable.